design. The ancient people were incredibly wise. This little gadget is called the golden cicada shedding its shell, said to be the masterpiece of the famous Chinese craftsman Lu Ban. The goal is to cleverly remove the golden ring. If you just yank it downward without thinking, it won't come off. What about pulling upward? That's block 2. The double cross rings create barriers on both sides. Look closely. The middle chain connects perfectly, forming a tight, unbreakable loop overall. Legend has it that over centuries, even smart folks couldn't crack this puzzle. That's because they're stuck in routine thinking. Often, problems seem impossible only because we haven't imagined the solution yet. The key is to think boldly and adapt flexibly. Watch my moves carefully. First, place the golden ring on the chain. Keep your left hand still. Rotate the right cross ring 90 degrees and push it in gently. Then, twist both cross rings with your hands, pulling them toward the center bit by bit. The golden ring will slide right off the cross paths and come out easily from the top opening. How about some applause?
Can you fit 10 pennies into the frame? This is a puzzle published in 2016. It looks simple because the frame has a lot of space, but when you put 9 pennies together, you'll find there's not enough space for the last penny. You can try rearranging the coins inside the frame, but most of the time, you'll end up with a coin that can't fit completely. After some time of trying, you'll realize that there's always just a little bit of space missing, because this puzzle has only one real solution, and you must find the exact position for each coin. So, how do you solve this puzzle? The solution is as follows. We can take out 1 coin from the frame. Place 3 coins close to the top left corner edge. Then, place 4 coins along the diagonal of the frame. Next, place 1 coin near the right side of the frame. Finally, place 1 coin below it, and you will have enough space to place the last coin. Do you like this puzzle?
Can you remove this ring tied up with a red rope in just 5 seconds? This puzzle is said to be a classic brain teaser from ancient times, with one rule. Don't damage the red rope. Follow the rope downward, and you'll hit a ring that blocks the way. So you might try going up instead. There's a narrow gap you can pass through, but a small ring gets stuck there and blocks your path again. That means it's time to explore another possible route. Try slipping the big ring around, but the wooden bar underneath stops you. At this point, many people give up, thinking the ring can't be removed. But actually, the solution isn't that complicated. The key is how you understand the problem. Watch closely. Lift this red rope that we've been ignoring. Let the top loop fall into the long slot, then pull it down, bringing the rope through as well. Now, move the ring to the right, past all the obstacles, and then go up. The ring comes off. See? With the right approach, even the tricky stuff becomes doable. How about a round of applause? Almost 99% of people who see this puzzle will think that this circular piece is impossible to fit back into the frame, because there is simply no space left here, unless we remove this long triangle. But doing so would also result in the puzzle being incomplete and failing. Even if you continue to try and challenge more methods, I can tell you that there are hundreds of such wrong approaches, and you might still not find a perfect solution. This is because your mind might initially decide that these elliptical grooves are the answer, but in fact, the real answer will go beyond your imagination. Yes, because the rules don't state that only circular gaps can be filled with circular pieces, so you need to think in reverse. What you need to do is place the elliptical part of each piece facing outward toward the frame. And just like that, after easily fitting in 5 pieces, an extra square gap will appear in the middle. And this gap is exactly the answer that requires us to think outside the box. Now please place it in. A clever mind only needs a blink to remove the ring with ease, while someone slower might struggle for hours and still fail. Legend says this puzzle was once used by Alexander the Great to test his son. Most people instinctively try to yank the ring off with brute force. But no matter how strong you are, the ring won't budge. Then they try to lift it upward, only to find the tree branch is too wide for the ring to pass. At this point, many give up, thinking it's impossible unless they cut the rope. But not little Ado. With a sharp eye and a flexible mind, he spotted the 2 small rings where the rope connects. That's the secret. Some people notice them too, but don't realize their purpose. This puzzle is really a test of spatial imagination and creative thinking. Now watch closely. Here's the trick. Turn the whole branch upside down. Then flip both small rings outward. Look, a clear path appears. Now for the key move. Lift the main ring and pass it through the opening on one side of the branch. Because the rope is long enough, the ring can loop around the branch's curve and come off smoothly. And that's it. Time for a round of applause.
Can you build 2 crosses or 1 square with 7 pieces? This is a puzzle from the 17th century. You can easily build the first frame with 3 pieces. But putting all the pieces into the square will become very difficult. Place this piece here, place another piece here, and put the last 2 pieces into the frame, and we have the second cross. Now take all the pieces out and put them into the square. You can see this piece fits the edge perfectly, and there is only 1 piece that can be placed next to it, so we can place this piece here. Then place the square piece here. Then the real difficulty lies in the rest. As you can see, we have 2 pieces that cannot be put into the frame. These pieces have many different combinations, and you need to find the only correct solution among them. We need to place the large triangle here, then place another piece here, the last triangle piece here. Everything fits perfectly. Do you like this puzzle?